5 tips to make him crazy in bed, meaning that you will make him crazy in love with you. You will make him think about you, and this will also give him the superpower to please you in bed. So ladies, in this video, I want to talk about the psychology. I want to talk about the tips, of course, and how you can really make him feeling excited. Even if you have been in a long-term relationship, even if you've been married for years, there are still ways to create some excitement here. So, I don't talk a lot about intimacy on this channel, and I feel I should talk more and more. Why? Because when we look at neuroscience and human sciences and relationship studies, we feel that it's becoming very much more important. If you want a great marriage, you need to have a great intimacy. That doesn't mean only sex. It means the touch, the connection, the compliments, the emotions, so the excitement that you create. We feel and we say that if you have a great intimacy, you have a great relationship. And as a coach that I've coached so many people after a breakup, when I asked the question, how was the intimacy? There was none. And that's why you have so much divorce and so much breakups, because we take each other for granted, life happens, and so we forget to maintain the excitement. So that's why I will talk more and more in this channel about intimacy and how can you create a bond with your special one, your significant other. So in this video, I want to give you 5 tips. 5 tips that you should use for you first. I'm not telling you, hey, you need to please him. Hey, you need to do this. Hey, you need to do that for him. No. The psychology is much more important when you understand why this tip. Why is this so important? What does it bring in his mind? What does it bring for you as well? Then you know that you can apply the tips and it will become natural. It will be you. You won't play games. You won't be someone else. You will just express your personality in the bedroom, which is something that for me is the most important one. So let's start with number 1. Tip number 1. We tend to focus on intimacy. It means sex. Sex means penetration, right? It's not the case. We have to build the momentum. We have to build the excitement. I love this word, excitement, because it creates the desire. So, tip number 1, I would advise you to start with a gradual undressing. Instead of going from having clothes to naked in 1 second, you want to take your time. You want to take your clothes off slowly. And if you can add another tool from the neuroscience, which is the eye contact. If you can have a good glaze with your man when you start your gradual undressing, this makes him excited. This would create some excitement, and also this would make him imagine what's gonna happen. So it creates much more desire. One more time, we go from being dressed to being undressed in 1 second. We feel that this is the way we have to go. But sometimes taking your time, making sure that you would create something different that will make him imagine the next step, make him look at you, discover you differently, can really be an amazing solution, an amazing tip as well. So remember, you need to do a gradual undressing and you need to look at him in his eyes. That shows confidence. That shows that you are a tiger in bed and that this will be very fun. Okay? So this will be my tip number 1. Tip number 2. This one is maybe my favorite one. So please listen carefully and make sure that you hit the like button and you subscribe if you want to receive some advice. So basically, men, they always say, in every study that I've looked, they always say that they want a woman that will be present. They want a woman that will be here in the moment. And there is two things usually that they will say that how you can do it. Number one, you will take initiative. You will take initiative. You will show that you desire them. You will show that you are exciting to live the moment, to enjoy the moment, etc. When you take initiatives, it means that you're here and they love it. Number two, it's another option is when you're going to mention what you expect from him. What do you want? What do you like? What's important for you in the moment? This is being present. So you can take initiative. You can say what you like. You can say what you want. This is for men, for us. This is what creates a bond. Instead of us guessing, trying, so being also like fearful to make a mistake, here you will be present and it will be a partnership. So tip number 2, remember to be in the moment. Tip number 3, we know that eye contact is very powerful. You can share a lot of emotions, you can share a lot of love, and the solution that is not used as often, it is to use a mirror. If you can use a mirror when you have been intimate, when you're trying to excite each other, this is how you can use different position, different eye contact, different situation to not stay in the routine. So if usually you are not using a mirror, I just want you to try. I want you to try, be playful, and use the mirror. And you would come back on this channel and you would tell me, Alex, wow, I didn't know that this would create such excitement in a guy's mind. Why? Because it makes him feel that he's in control. Because that is making him feel that he's discovering you, that it's different, it's unique. And the last one, which is very important, because he wants to try something and he will be able to, try. So also for him being present. So number 3, I really want you to apply it is the simple tool, use a mirror. Number 4, basically, when we look at the studies, what men are looking for, it is usually to make sure that rules will be broken. I love to say rules are meant to be broken, especially for men, especially in the intimacy. So, an idea that I got from a study was, I suggest that you should touch yourself. I suggest that you should touch yourself in the moment, during the moment, before, because it creates some excitement. And also it makes him feel that this is not as usual. So we can have a different kind of sex. Also, it can really save your relationship. So I was coaching a woman. She's been married for more than 30 years. And she was telling me, Alex, I know I'm losing my husband. I know he's different. No intimacy for months. He will try to find intimacy somewhere else. But he's maybe taking me for granted. So I coached her and I told her, you know what, let's try something. I know he doesn't want to touch you. I know you feel that he doesn't love you or desire you anymore. So let's do one night. You will satisfy yourself in bed when he's close to you and he's not sleeping. She told me, Alex, are you crazy? I said, maybe it's crazy. Like even me as a man, to tell you that makes me a little bit uncomfortable. I cannot tell you that I'm comfortable talking about it, but it's my job. And I know that I have seen men going crazy, changing their mind about their wives because they see something in you that is maybe more animal instinct, She said, okay, I'm willing to do anything. I love him. I want to try it. She came back the next day and she told me, Alex, wow, it worked. It worked because he told me that he didn't see me as his wife. He saw me as a woman that he wants to have sex with. Sometimes, when we have been married for a while, it's the routine. We have a lot of respect for each other, so we won't let our fantasy really talk about. But in this case, if you touch yourself, this guy would just have some reaction that he cannot control. It's just a natural reaction that can drive him crazy. So tip number 4, let's break the rules and just be you, and don't be scared to be you. Tip number 5, this one is really to never forget, please. It's very important to give him a nickname. After the intimate situation, you need to give him a nickname. You need to make sure that he feels special. So I got just one example, but I want you to create yours, and you can leave a comment with your idea. But if you can tell him that he is your Superman of sex. Superman of sex means that he's just different. He's just unique. And this will just make him grow his confidence. Okay? So this is just one example. Let's just give him a nickname because it will be a private situation just between the two of you. And then you will tell me, wow, intimacy is great. There is a lot of excitement. There is a lot of new actions. Everything is different. Why? Because you didn't apply my tips. You just gain in consciousness. Okay, how can I create something that will be different? How can I reinvent our relationship? And yes, you will get a lot of results. I can guarantee you guys. Okay? If you want to go further, I have a very special philosophy. I talk about sexual alchemy, sexual chemistry. This is not just the idea of sex. It's much more than that. I have made a video with a program. I want you to look at it. It's in the description box below. You will learn tons of tools from neuroscience, tons of tools on helping your relationship, your marriage, that will change your life. So click in the description box below. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe as well. I'm here for you. This community is amazing because of you. So I want to see you there. I see you soon, guys. Take care.